Well, hopefully being lazy isn't a bad word in your vocabulary and you find a good time to be lazy with the beach or a book. We're semi sages of the pages, and today we're going to read a story about the wrong time to be lazy. Hi, I'm Morgan,
This is Molly.
And I'm Teresa.
and we're going to use the even better if method, which means we're going to read this amazing submission, which is a detective murder mystery, and we're going to say all the things we love about it and hopefully give the author a few pointers to make it even better if. Anything else we need to add, ladies, before we jump in?
I think don't forget to like and subscribe. Always important.
Heck yeah. And we'd love to hear from your story. So make sure you submit to us at semisagesofthepages.com if you want us to read your story. With no further ado, let's read and find out when it's the wrong time to be lazy. Be specific. Where are you right now? The operator said nonchalantly. Just call the police already, she screamed into the phone. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to relax, she said, attempting to calm the situation with her voice as she reached for the dispatch system. I can hear him. He's coming closer. The operator heard beeping from the other line. She rushed to track the phone down. She had no concerns about the women she was nitpicking to be more specific or to calm down. She knew the woman was in danger, but could care less. Her instincts were to still follow the path of lethargy and throw in a random address. But a small voice in her head told her that this person had a purpose. Yet, as careless as she was, she typed in a random address from the generator app she used, saying that the place was on fire and they needed help. The next day was her day off. She woke up, did her normal routine, and hopped on the couch to turn on the news. Yesterday had completely blown past her. All she cared about was the wine in her hand and the bowl of cereal on the brink of falling off the arm of the couch. She listened to the news on her television, telling the weather and the politics she was usually not interested in, until something caught her ears. Mayor Junette found dead in broom closet. She nearly dropped her glass.
Wow. What happened with this one?
I think I'm going to start. So we talk about even better if, right? So the first one we talk, what do we really like? What do we love about this? For me, this is a unique start to the story. It's a unique perspective. Like this operator character who just it doesn't care, who's full of apathy, who like there's this really intense situation and she knows it's intense and still can't muster up any sort of care. Almost gets there and then just doesn't. And I think that's a very interesting perspective that I'm not used to reading. I don't read a lot of first pages that is the viewpoint that we get. So that's intriguing to me.
I think the sense of urgency is spot on in the dialogue. The dialogue is well written here. It was really easy to read. You could feel the difference in the two characters. It was really easy for me to see that my voice needed to be different. And I thought that was great because it helps like show a good tension between the characters. Good scenes have characters with totally different wants and motives. And this scene definitely has that, both in the good dialogue and in the characters wanting different things.
Yeah. And you get the inciting incident immediately. There's no introducing the main character and then you ease your way into it. It's like bam, immediately you are jumping into the action. You are learning this character. You know that this character is not a very nice person, doesn't really care about life. You have questions about why, and you have questions about this person who's in trouble, who is presumably Mayor Junette's. So really, really great intro.
Let's get into even better if. I'll start first. I have two for this author. The first is I felt sometimes there was telling instead of showing. So, for example, the use of the adverb nonchalantly, I think it would be more powerful If the description was there instead of just the telling. I think describing the setting more would have really helped ground us. And my second one for this piece is I wish that there was more of a push and pull with the main character's apathy or lethargy. So in other words, I wish like, is the character thinking in their head, she can't make herself care because she's done this for so long? Or is she a sociopath and she doesn't care because she literally doesn't care about other people's, it's just a paycheck? Or does she not care because she's so depressed that something else in her life is going on that she can't bring herself to the table? And I think planting some seeds to help us know why she doesn't care would help us relate and care more about the protagonist and make me more interested in continuing to read more about this crazy situation. Maybe like also a little bit more about her relationship to the mayor.
I agree. I think for me, there's some clarity issues. And a little bit of possibly a logic thing, but I think Morgan's tips may help with that. So here's what I mean by a logic thing. If this character is depressed, doesn't really care about anything, why on earth are they turning on the news? Just might be something just to kind of just to think about. Make sure that it's,
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and maybe that's their mind-numbing thing. Maybe that's their answer. So put that on the page.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
But to me, the fact that she was watching the news felt like a plot device, not that the character's choice was driving that decision. It felt like it had to happen because you needed the notification that the mayor was dead. So just make sure it's driving the action. The other thing too was for me, it being in the call center and then the next day, that transition was very jarring for me. I very much had a like, wait, oh, what happened? Because, we were kind of in this intense-ish scene. There's this woman, she's asking for help. The operator doesn't really care. And then bam, it's the next day. That may be intentional, and that may be part of like you're trying to prove that this character really and truly doesn't care. And to her, it's just the next day. But just make sure that that's an intentional decision and maybe see if you can ease us into that transition a bit better.
I think my even better if is there is occasionally a mismatch, I think, between the word choice and the mood of the operator and the operator's apathy. So, for example, we have in this sentence here, she rushed to track the phone down. She's not rushing, right? We know she has no concerns. She's apathetic. She's not rushing to track the phone. I'm assuming she's not actually rushing to track the phone down. So like that point there, is the operator really attempting to calm the situation? She might be like putting on her voice. Like, I think anybody who's worked in the service industry or, whatever it might be, there's a voice, right? There's a, yes, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to relax. But are you really attempting to calm the situation, or are you just using your controlling, like, oh my gosh, like, work with me here voice, or here, like, I thought here you throw me for the loop of, I thought it was going to be the instincts were to follow the path of lethargy, throw him in a random address, but a voice in her head told her that this person had a purpose. So I thought that the character was going to like not follow the path of lethargy. You set it up that they're not going to follow the path of lethargy. So I got confused when she then types in the random address anyway. So just a couple of like mismatches there between what the word choice and the way you set it up versus the things that the character is actually feeling and wanting to portray, I think could create a stronger vision for what you're going for here. And a stronger disconnect between this really crazy situation, not crazy, but this really emergency situation, and the fact that the operator doesn't care, right? That's a big juxtaposition you're going for, and you want it to be big. And the bigger, the better.
Yeah.
It's so original and so interesting. And I think that great line about purpose sets us up to give just a little tidbit into the, the urgency, and then what she thinks about to dismiss it. Like, will her body not let her care? Or is it that she's just too bitter? Or like, ooh, like what a fun little line, like one sentence to add to like give us more flavor to what you're doing. So I can't wait to read more. This is great.
It really is great. Great job creating a morally gray character from the get-go, tossing us in, and just expecting the reader just to keep up. Nice job. Great, great, great job. Hard to do.
Thank you.
One more great one. The detail about the wine and the bowl of cereal on the edge of the couch. What a lovely, tiny detail. Great description.
Yeah, love it. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please, please join us on our Discord to come and chat with us. And if you're interested in having your first page read aloud with our Even Better If method, go to www.semisagesofthepages.com. So what are you still doing here?
All right.
Go right. Take care. Bye.